Good afternoon, my friends. This is Paul, and today I'll be reviewing for you Sayonara Wild Hearts Switch 2 Edition. Now, I loved the original Sayonara Wild Hearts. I reviewed it quite a long time ago, and really I only had one major complaint about it, and that's that the story was really weird. I think I understand it a little bit better the second time around, but it's still so abstract that I kind of just ignored it and focused on the amazing gameplay. Even all these years later, Sayonara Wild Hearts has some of the most amazing choreography I've ever seen in a video game. If you haven't watched my original review, the long and short of it is that it's an auto runner that keeps switching up its visuals and its genre just for the sake of making things cool. In one level, you might be riding on a motorcycle, and then all of a sudden jump on top of the motorcycle, jumping over people firing at you, and then proceed to start flying through the air, and then fly through the air in a sideways perspective. Things like that keep coming at you, and even on the original Switch, it ran really well. Speaking of which, let's get into what makes the Switch 2 version different. It has a new mode called Arcade Mode, where you go through all of the songs in the game sequentially to try to get the ultimate high score. I didn't really test this because high score chasing isn't really my thing, but I think that's nice for people that don't want to keep going back and forth through the menus and want to just see if they can get the mega high score. But the major differences here are in the performance and visuals. Now, for those of you wanting more of a technical term, you can get up to 120 frames per second. You get this automatically when you're playing in handheld. And if you're playing it on the TV, you can have 120 frames in 1440p or lower. But you can also play the game in 4K, although that'll make the frame rate dip down to 60 frames per second. Now, Sayonara Wild Hearts on the Switch 1 was a very stylistic game, so looking at it in 4K didn't really make much of a difference to me, honestly, because it does still look amazing. However, for the sake of this review, I played through the entire game in handheld mode because my TV can't handle 120 frames per second. And really the only other 120 frames per second game I've played is Switch 2 Welcome Tour. So I really wanted to see, is this as big of a deal as everyone is making it out to be? As far as I could tell, it was quite a difference, because it felt like every little movement was registered. The menus went by really snappily, like every single flick of the control stick felt like the menu would just jump straight to the next option. I was able to get gold ranks on songs that I previously didn't, and silver ranks on songs that I was previously able to get bronze on. It felt like my confidence was boosted quite a lot more, and again, keep in mind, I haven't played this game in probably 5 or 6 years, and yet I felt like I had been playing it for a lifetime with some of these stages, as being able to hit perfects during the quick time events felt a lot easier and a lot more attainable. In fact, I don't think I missed a single quick time event this entire game, and the game just felt faster. Like, it was already fast to begin with, but then when I switched to TV mode to try out the 4K mode, it still felt good enough, but yet there was a certain amount of resistance that I didn't get in handheld mode. Like, it felt like the menus were a bit slower, switching between songs felt like there was a bit more of an awkward pause between them, and a song that I had gotten gold rank on, I got a silver rank when I tried playing it in TV mode. Now, this could just be due to the fact that I was using my Pro Controller, but I never thought I'd see the day when I thought 60 frames per second was sluggish. Again, still doable. I think you'll really like the footage that I end up showing you, but at the same time, TV mode just doesn't do it justice. You really have to either have a 120 frames TV or play it in handheld mode to get the true Switch 2 experience. Now, this is actually free if you already have the game, but if you don't, it costs about $13, and I got it on sale for about a little over $6, and due to the gift cards I've gotten for my birthday and for Christmas, I was able to get it for free. And I think that this is a spectacular deal. If you don't already own it, I think $13 is amazing, especially because this game is really, really short. Like, you can beat it in about an hour or two, but yet it is so much fun, literally every second, except that one with parallel universes. That one was a bit annoying. And just in case the game gives you too much trouble, you have the option to skip problematic parts of the levels if they just give you too much trouble. Thankfully, that only happened once this time around, but it only shows up if you continuously fail, and even then you can say no. So it's way better than what Nintendo offered with their early Super Guides. In my opinion, Sayonara Wild Hearts still holds up wonderfully all these years later. Playing in 120 frames helped the game feel so much faster and more responsive. The graphics didn't really feel too different, but being able to feel like you're better at a game that was already super responsive was just such a cool feeling. And being able to get it for such a low price felt like an absolute steal, possibly even an insult to the developer team, because coordinating all of these crazy action scenes must have been quite the ordeal. And then not even charging extra for a Switch 2 upgrade. I wish Nintendo would learn a thing or two from these guys. So I highly recommend you pick it up. The only thing I would say would be a detractor is if you have epilepsy or motion sickness or can't handle bright lights and neon colors, or if this kind of fast-paced action that almost never slows down is just too much for you. But even if you're like me, where you don't like abstract storytelling, I think you'll still really like the game if you just ignore all of the subplots going on and just focus on having fun. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed the video. And until the next time, remember to keep the faith, stay epic, and God bless. Bye!